Luke, just back from the UK Open. We'll start strong with that. What have you done to upset the darting gods to get that draw? Heta, Smith, and Michael.
Yeah, one of the toughest draws that I possibly could have got. Damon has been on fire the last few years, and I knew it was going to be a tough game, and I could have won that 10-4. I let him come back into the game, and just got over the line. And I was hoping that there's no easy draws in darts, but I was hoping I could have an easier opponent than playing Michael Smith, the world number one,
who's on fire,
who is world champion, and rightly so. And I was hoping that I could squeeze past that one, and I did. And then I'm thinking, come on, please
give me a break.
I'm thinking no Michael van Gogh, and obviously I still think I can beat him. But then when the draw came out again, I thought, the luck ain't going to be on my side here. And if I'm going to win it, I'm going to have to do it the hard way. But I thought I played okay. I just ran into a very good Michael van Gogh performance.
Yeah, and in the Michael Smith game, obviously your belief was at a good level there. You played well.
I've had some great battles with Michael Smith, and I think I did owe him one. Last couple of times he's beat me on the big stage, and I was well up for it. I was well up for the whole competition. I felt like the way I've been playing and coming off the back of another European tour that I could have gone on and won the UK Open. But it's always hard when you're playing. In my opinion, the two best players in the world at this moment in time in the same day. So yeah, just the luck on the draw one on my side. But if I'd have won it, I'd have to win it the hard way. And if I would have, I'd have been very happy. But we move on.
Yeah, and Michael Smith, interesting parallels with your career. Do you see what Michael's achieved as something that you look at and think within 2 years that could be you?
I think he's sort of had the same career path. He made it to world number 5, and then he sort of dropped off a little bit, and then all of a sudden he peaked again. And not saying I've dropped off, but I think once you reach that world number 5 stage, I think you believe that the talent's there, and that you don't just get there from one good tournament. I still haven't picked up that major title yet, which says a lot to be world number 5 without a major title. When you do win one, that's a huge ranking money that gets on there, and I haven't had one of them big wins yet. So to be where I am without a major win, I think it's quite a good compliment to myself, and it shows my consistency. And I believe that big win's around the corner, and it did take Michael Smith a long time to get that, and it might take me a long time, but the way I feel and the way I'm in my belief and the way I've been playing, I think it's going to be sooner rather than later, and I'm hoping that it can be at least before I'm 30 that I do pick up that major title, because when it does come, I believe that I can replicate it and get more and more. And
what is it what's that drive that is working for you that is clearly driving you in darts? What's the motivation?
It's picking up that first major title. I think it's what I want, and until I get it, I'm going to keep going. Whether it took me 20 years or 30 years, I'll keep going until it happens. And I think the ability that I have and the mental strength I've gained over the last few years is definitely going to stand me in good stead to do it. And I think if I can pick up that major title in the next sort of couple of years, then like I said, I can pick up more and more, because it comes with confidence. But the driving factor for me is definitely picking up that first major title, and it's going to be tough, but I need the belief to do it, and I have.
And so is that one of the biggest challenges, keeping the belief going?
Yeah, it can be, because I think nowadays I'm getting that sort of favourite status where every time I go into a major competition, that people believe that I'm going to win it and stuff by the way I've been playing. So it does come with added pressures and stuff, but I don't think I let it affect me. But it's just it's a driving factor. You want to get it in a way off your shoulders, because I think when you touted for every major you're in, and you keep coming up dry, everyone's going to start doubting you a little bit, I guess. But as long as I don't doubt myself, that's the main thing, and I won't, because I'm in no rush. But I'm definitely fully focused on that being my next goal.
And of the wins, the European wins, I guess they're your proudest moments so far, really, aren't they? Those big wins.
Yeah, I mean, they're a lot bigger than I think people see them as, because the only difference about them is they're not televised in the UK. They're televised in Germany. They're on a big stage in front of thousands of people, and that's why they're called mini majors, because they feel like it. They feel like the same as when we play in major tournaments. The only difference is they're not on ITV or Sky Sports. So I think there's a lot of good players that have never won one as well, and I could have picked up my 5th one last weekend. So,
and we were speaking earlier, how's the confidence different in those European, or is the confidence difference in those European events to when you play another event?
I guess there is. I think there must be some sort of thing in my brain that makes me more confident when I'm there. I guess good experiences, good belief, and when you've got their memories of so many good things happening in one certain tour, I think that they just stick in your mind. And like my next European tour, when I go there again, I'll probably go there feeling confident that I can win, and every time, and that's important. I think when you believe you can win, then the opportunity is there. If you don't believe you can win, then you probably ain't gonna. So, I believe that when I'm in Euro Tour environments now, because of what I've done, I'm very confident. And, being the number one seed, you feel like you're the man to beat and all this type of stuff. And I guess that's what's standing me in good stead in them tournaments. And, if I can pick up more and more, then it's happy days.
And you have, your career has not been all plain sailing. You've had setbacks. There's setbacks recently. How do you deal with it yourself if you do have a setback?
I think it's just something that you have to deal with when it comes. I don't think there's any plan or any way of dealing with it in a certain way. I think obviously the Premier League was a big setback for me because I felt I had a great chance of being in it and I wasn't. But you get over it after a couple of days and you weigh.
So you're good at just have a bit of a thing and then push it and move on.
Yeah, I think you need a day or two just to sometimes to be a bit hurt by it and just allow it to pass. I think time's the best healer, isn't it? I think you need a bit of time every now and then. And after a couple of days, I sort of weighed it up into perspective and thought, maybe I ain't in the Premier League. I won't be as tired throughout the year because obviously being in it is very tiring. And I thought, look, let's see if we can get ourselves in the top 4 now. And and a big opportunity because I'll be fresh for all these Euro Tours and Pro Tours and majors I'm in.
You've actually turned it around. You're actually using the difficulty and the setback to your advantage.
Yeah, you've got to. This game's cutthroat. You can't sit there and be too disappointed, and I can't be moping the whole year. Otherwise, I'll find myself at the top 8 because you've got to be on it. You've got to keep going. And for me, now my next goal is to make top 4. And if I'm top 4 at the end of the year, then I'll be in the Premier League anyway. So. My main goal is definitely now top 4.
And a lot of your success we've seen you lose a lot of weight, but not just lose a lot of weight, become genuinely fit and combine it into your daily life and continue that for a long period. How much has been getting in shape really helped your game?
I think it's been massive. I think it's no coincidence that since I did lose all my weight that all my success came. It was the most important thing for me was maintaining it. I felt like if I was to do all the hard work and then put all the weight back on, it would have been a shame because I'd worked so hard and I made a vow to myself that I was going to maintain it and not let it come back on. And I've kept fit and healthy and, make sure that I keep exercising, keep eating well, and it's just, allowing me to keep playing my best ability to the best of my ability. And
is it? Do you feel mentally sharper on the hockey now?
Yeah, but being healthy does make you feel. It makes you mentally much more better, and I feel like when you have this sense of feeling healthy, it's a healthy body, healthy mind, and stuff like that. I think they both go together. So yeah, definitely, I feel much more mentally healthy as well by maintaining what I have.
Brilliant. And to finish, let's put you on the spot. What is going to be the first major you win?
I mean, for me, I think if I was to guess, it probably would be something that required a long final day. I think that, the way I play on the European Tour, sometimes I seem to get better with a long day. So, stuff like Grand Slams and UK Opens and Players' Championships and European Championships, where you got them 3 games in a day, that could be something that suits me. But, I think I could pick up any major title whenever I turn up and play. My doubles can be my Achilles heel every now and then. If I start sharpening them up, I'm going to be a very, very tough player to beat every time. And, I'd love to, pick up the next major, the World Match Play. But, I think that they're the sort of tournaments that play to my advantage of what I cope best with. So,
well, we're going to be right behind you, Luke. You've got a new range of darts and products coming out, which we'll hear all about later. Thanks for coming in and thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.